Melissa, hi, my name is Philip Gray. Thank you for your discussion board video thread on ethical issues when counseling different ethnic populations. I like you did mention a lot of good things regarding this issue. I like how you mentioned that the counselor assumed that the client is a Christian, and you went all detail of even the percentage of Koreans in their religion. You mostly said that Koreans don't even identify with a religion, and that 63% are could be Christian, but that doesn't mean anything. And to assume something like that isn't good, anyways. For me, I just believe she wasn't shown competence because, according to the AACC Code of Ethics, the therapist violated Code 1-110-A, which is the family counseling therapist should have been more sensitive to the fact the client is Korean and most likely not Christian. So giving Christian advice is not helpful to the counseling client and therapist relationship. In the AACC Code of Ethics, there is a code that this competent Christian counselor violated Code 1-110-A, which is the avoidance of client harm. Intended or not Christian counselors strictly avoid all behavior or suggestion of practice that harms or reasonably could harm clients, client families, client social systems, and representatives, students, trainees, supervisees, employees, colleagues, and third-party payers and authorizers. The competent Christian counselor did not avoid ways of harming the client. Instead, the therapist violated this code by giving the teenage daughter scripture from the Holy Bible. Unless this was approved in the informed consent, then the therapist must avoid such practices to ensure the well-being of the client directly and indirectly, which, violating this code of ethics, violated the ACA Code of Ethics in Code A.1.A, which is primary responsibility. The primary responsibility of counselors is to respect the dignity and promote the welfare of clients. ACA 2014. If I was a therapist in this scenario, I would have to, instead of instructing the teenage daughter, ask open-ended questions such as, how does all this make me feel, or make you feel, and ask questions as to how she can cope with this and to have a healthy boundaries with the family instead of instructing the client. I wouldn't instruct the client. That's personal values, which is incompetent. I would have, since I would say that since according to our textbook, the family is considered a single unit, so was the whole family present when she asked or instructed the teenage daughter to do certain things? That wasn't mentioned. I would say it's a very sensitive topic, especially the whole situation. But like I said earlier, if it was me, I would have, instead of instructing or giving my personal opinion or giving out scripture, assuming that they're Christian, just asking certain questions to promote the thinking process, asking the open-ended questions, trying to empathize with the client, so, like for instance, talking to the teenage daughter, she's talking about how there's the difference between cultures, American and how they do things, and there's, families having conflict, It's like asking those questions of how can she cope? How can you respond in those areas of conflict? How does it make you feel? Are you able to talk together to try to get clarity on certain things? Because especially being intrusive and imposing ideas such as making a boundary of your independence to the family at 17 years old, yes, that's a very sensitive topic. Could cause a lot of trauma, or it could cause a lot of trouble as well. So yeah, I don't think there was enough information provided to in this whole case study. All right, thank you. Have a good day.